يما 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 يا يما فاضي شوية نشرب قهوة في حتة بعيدة عزمني على نكتة جديدة وخلي حساب الضحكة علي. Hello, my name is Aseel and I'm an artist, an activist and a theatre maker. But what I love most is cooking. Today we're going to make sfiha, which I love so much. And I cannot wait to make with you. Let's do it. First, we're gonna have 4.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of yeast, 1 spoon of yeast, 1 spoon of sugar, 1 spoon of salt, and mix that all together. راحت يا خال قالت لي روح. We will mix it together. Add half a cup of olive oil. And I'm so lucky because my olive oil is all the way from my mom's olive tree in Palestine. And 1.5 cups of yogurt. We will mix that all. And if we feel that our dough is so dry, we can add slowly some warm water. I will first mix it as much as I can. This is the messy part. And once you can feel all the dough is coming together, you can put it somewhere on the bench and mix it. So I'm just gonna do that. I've never made this dough with multigrain, but I thought, like everything I love in the kitchen, I would like to try something new. And who knows how that will turn up, but I think we will experience it together and see how it goes. My little one would love to join me, but then everything will be dough. But that's definitely a recipe that you can do together at home with children. My mom used to make that with us, together, all of us, and we will make this kind of dough. She will make the dough and we will be able to kind of, make, once it's raised, we can make the balls and we can add the meat. This recipe has lots of meat, but if you are vegetarian, you can use the dough and make your own recipe thing. Mix it. راحت يا خال قالت لي روح للناس يشوفونا والخبر يفوح. راحت يا خال قالت لي روح للناس يشوفونا والخبر يفوح يا ويلا. This morning, Facebook reminded me of a post that I wrote about my mom's olive tree. And my mom, years and years ago, started building her own house, which took her, because she didn't really have much money, maybe almost 10 years to build. And when she did, she made sure she buy 2 big trees of olive oil. And even if she didn't know anything about where we will all end up, she still had hopes that one day this olive tree will have us all, her children, around. And she said to my dad, let's make sure we have big trees. I don't want to wait until they grow. I want to buy them big. So when my grandchildren come, they can have a swing in between the 2 trees and enjoy it. One day I went back home after I had my child, and my mom was so upset. And they're like, Mom, what's going on? And my dad cut that branch she really hoped to have the swing on, even if she knew I was in Australia. And my dad knew that most likely she might not see her grandchildren as often as she planned, but she really still dreamed that the swing will be there and that she can be able to have her grandchildren swinging on it. Whenever I make anything from home, I always remember how my mom loved if we and she could do it together with her grandchildren in the backyard or front yard of her small farm and small house in the village. And sfiha was definitely one thing she really loved cooking with us. And I loved all kind of the spices and pomegranate molasses and meat kind of, you know, crunched in, and pine nuts kind of topping that she did at home. Okay, so now this is ready. We will cover it and wait for an hour. Okay, now that we have the dough ready, let's make the mix that we are gonna cover the dough with. So we have 1 kilo of mince, and in here I have a homemade, also from Palestine, all the way from my mom, the very last 1 spoon of homemade tomato paste, homemade capsicum paste, and 1 tablespoon of paprika. I know my friends would be sad that this is finished because they loved having it here. But what it will give, it's this smokiness kind of taste to the sfiha, which is what we are making today. And also, this is made over like hours and hours of people like just sitting around the fire and like waiting for tomatoes to get cooked. Also, I'm gonna have like half an onion, and 1 tablespoon of sumac, 1 tablespoon of tahini, it's yum, and 2 tablespoons of pomegranate molasses if it goes down. Okay, there you go. And get messy again. Luckily my sleeves are rolled this time. And we're gonna mix it. هدي يا بحر هدي طولنا في غيبتنا. This song as well, it's a song from home. It's a song of all those that have left home and they're still hoping to come back. It's a song of hope that whoever took the boats because they couldn't live in their country, they one day can also go back home. They're just asking the sea to ease so they can make it back to their home country. Last thing we're gonna add is 1 spoon of thyme or fresh mint and mix it and wait until the dough is ready. إلى خبز أمي وقهوة أمي ولمسة أمي وتكبر في الطفولة يوما على صدري يومي وأعشق عمري لأني إذا مت أخجل من دمعي أمي. I miss my mom, my mom's bread, my mom's coffee, and my mom's touch. And I adore my life because I'm afraid if I die before my mom, I will be shy from her tears. Today, we are making sfiha. And as we saw before, our dough is doubled and I'm so excited because it doesn't happen all the time. Even if I cook a lot, sometimes it just doesn't work. So today, look at that. So we have the dough doubled, and because as I said, I was not sure how is the multigrain is gonna happen. I'm like so excited. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make 30 of these, 30 kind of pieces of like, you know, like balls of this and put them aside to rest. And after that, we are gonna make all these doughs into a small pies and make and add and fill them with the dough with the meat that we made. So 30 pieces of these maybe not necessarily 30, some doughs are bigger than others, but kind of I think 30 will be fine. Let's see how many we will make. So we'll make them into like small kind of balls, maybe some big, some small, some like baby sizes, some bigger size, smaller sizes. And once it's done, we're gonna add the meat. لكن أنا أخاف لا يدرون I don't think I have made the same. That's why maybe I'm excited about this dough, because I have never made the same thing twice since I started cooking. I just don't know how. Not that I am like trying to be creative. I just try all the time new things. And even with this, like if Palestinians sew my dough looking like, you know, with lots of grains, they might like say this is not a Palestinian dish, and you don't say it's Palestinian. But I just love that I can try new things all the time. So what we do, once we fill our dough with the tomato, with the meat, I think that's lots. We fill the meat in. Almost done. Well, the first batch at least. And then we add some pine nuts on top. And we put it in the oven. خلتني في حال يا ويلا يا لا 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 لا. So that was the end of our kind of fun activity, and I would love to know that you guys made it at home. Send me photos, just let me know that you made it.